Hello and welcome to Brand X Reviews. Have you ever had a toy or a game or something that you can remember from your childhood and it's nostalgic to see it, but you kind of look back and think, well actually, I never owned that, I never even really played with it, I just remember it being around. Case in point for myself anyway, Ghost Castle, the board game. Now this is something that, as I say, I never owned it, but I remember seeing other kids that had it, and I was always intrigued just by the box, and this, in particular, this skull component on it that you drop down this chimney. It just intrigued me as a kid, but like I say, I never owned it. Now, one person I went to school with anyway that did own this, specifically owns this now, where you may know the guy, The Core. He's been in some of the other Brand X Reviews videos, and
I've got rid of jokes, he's a bit useless, let's be honest.
No, excuse me mate, look, seriously, you know. Buff's not very happy about it. My pants. Get out! Well, right, let's put some music on, right? What do you propose? Iron Man soundtrack, maybe? Oh, God, I don't even know why I invited him on the show, to be honest, but I did, so I'll live with it. But in this case, anyway, it has been particularly useful because this is his, and he bought this recently. He had to rebuy it off eBay because just in the process of growing up, you sell things, you lose things, so he rebought this off eBay recently, so this is his. He's a good guy, he's one of my best friends. Like I say, I've known him since school, so it's his game. Let him do the review. Take it away, Core. Hello and welcome to Brand X Reviews. We're here today to talk about an old classic board game. Now this is something I remember from school. I never actually played it myself, but I remember a lot of kids that I went to school with, including this guy, had it. The only thing I can really remember was the cool little skull that came in, and that's all I can remember. And
yeah, we are talking about Ghost Castle.
What's this one?
Fairly nostalgic part of childhood, to be honest. I can't remember exactly when this isn't actually my original copy. I had to get a new one because mine got given to a charity shop years ago. But yeah, we've been fairly young, so we're still at primary school.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
It was kind of I don't know if you'd exactly say must-have item, but it was certainly, even if you didn't have it yourself, as you said, you know somebody that did. It was very popular for a Christmas or two.
So you picked this up recently off eBay?
Yeah, it cost me about 15 quid including postage and packaging.
Would you say that was quite a good, or was going more expensive? Or?
Well, it was a buy it now option that was an impulse buy just for nostalgia value. So you could probably get this cheaper if you were bidding in an auction for it.
Yeah, I'd say 15 is what you would expect for a game that's fairly not rare.
Ironically, it's probably close to what you would have paid for it when it was brand new, actually.
Yeah, and it's in good condition as well. There's nothing wrong with the one that you got.
Yeah, there's a couple of bits where the cardboard's just a little bit creased. Basically, Ghost Castle is a very simple game for 2 to 4 players. Based on the box, it says for ages 6 to 12, and I think that's a fairly fair kind of
representation.
Yeah, it's a very quick game to play, very simple, very fun though. It's quite detailed.
How long did we just play it? It was 20 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes, half an hour. Basically, you get this 3D board. Basically, you're entering the haunted house in order to try and put the ghost to rest.
You got these 4 sections here that you kind of move around the board. So you start off.
Basically, here in the haunted forest, you slowly move round. Basically, whenever you're on one of these red danger squares, you've got to be careful because the skull goes into the coffin and it comes out a random part of the map.
Like that, pretty much. So that, if you were there, you what happens when...
you basically get thrown back to the nearest blue footprint.
So you go backwards, basically.
And have to start again.
Yeah.
Basically, you're one of 4 individual playing pieces. 2 guys, 2 girls.
Kind of remind me of the Scooby-Doo characters a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
80's kind of thing. Well, that's the hazard on this side. You got this guy. There's like a knight in armour there, kind of thing. And
yeah, basically with the skull drops, there's a danger it can knock the axe down on your head.
So this is the next section. You kind of go through. You can see some of the artwork on here on the other side.
Yeah, this is basically where a little bit of strategy comes in. 'Cause you can either go the fastest way across your rickety floorboard or take the long way around.
So that's the long way, but it's safe. But if you go that way, red means that's the danger zone. Cause
basically, if your skull comes out here, it knocks the floor and sends you back to the nearest blue footprint.
See what happens if we put this in here and it goes through. Damn them! Fuck you! Just keep doing it. Fucking hell!
Hey!
There we go. Right, we had to do that a few times. That's why we're kind of cheering.
Yeah, it's basically random where the skull's going to come out.
So for demonstration purposes. So that's the next section. We'll just turn it around a bit. So the third section
is kind of the cellar, basement, dungeon bit.
Ooh, there's a bat. Ooh.
Basically, here it's got green footprints. If you stand on those, when the skull comes down and activates this trap, you actually get to go through there as like a shortcut. Cutting out several footprints, so it's actually quite advantageous.
This is probably the safest place to be because not that many hazards.
Yeah, once you pass the rickety floor, that place is kind of safe. There's just that shortcut that the skull can actually help you for once.
Yes, if say you were stood here and the thing falls through here. There you go, and it opens up, and as you can see, it kind of opens a bit of a doorway through there. So
yeah, so you move straight from there onto here.
If you were there, you can just kind of go through that little door there. Onto the other side, which is the last section before you get to the bottom of the staircase.
Yeah, basically this is probably the most dangerous area. Because if you stood in front of the skeleton, you can get drop kicked by him.
Hey, don't bring me into this.
Once you're moving around here, there's the danger the skull can just drop down the stairs and take you out.
So yeah, you just get up there. I think pretty much once you get past this point, you're in a safe zone because that's
basically the final objective is to get to the very top step, which like snaps the coffin lid closed.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like a thing there. Quite a good game with it. A bit of imagination went into it. Definitely one for like younger kids. But I mean, I enjoyed it. It's kind of a nostalgia thing. Granted,
yeah. Every time you make a move, you basically have to spin the spinner.
Oh yeah, we forgot that one.
Basically, if it lands on a skull, then the skull goes in the coffin and something happens around the map. Like down there, down the stairs. If it lands on the dice, you get a free throw. Obviously get moving further on. The most annoying one is the scared stiff one. Basically, if that happens, you have to put the scared stiff mask on. You've seen a ghost, you're shitting yourself and you can't move. Stand up! Disobedient! God damn it!
So yeah, that's like the mask. So it's pretty much like being in jail in Monopoly kind of.
Yeah, and you can't move until you spin a footprint, which allows you to move again.
Yeah, it's when it's your turn where you would normally spin the dice to move. Spin this bugger. You can see there's like a spider on it as well. I think we should have I think we would play this on Halloween every year. It should be like a tradition.
Yeah, it would be a fun little Halloween game. You can usually knock a game out in like 20 minutes tops.
Yeah, something like that. I think that's what we did.
Basically, it is one of those games where it's more or less dependent on luck. There's a couple of bits where minor strategy comes in, but basically you're just hoping for luck. I mean, basically I moved like 2 footprints, then got the scared stiff mask, until you moved pretty much around the entire damn board, and then you got scared at the last minute, and I actually managed to catch you up.
Literally, I got scared. I was shitting myself playing this game. But that's pretty much it anyway. I don't think there's anything else on there that we've not mentioned. You say that there's some stuff on YouTube, like old adverts and stuff, like foreign adverts or whatever.
Yeah, unfortunately the only one I could find was a foreign one, but it was quite funny.
What do they call this game in like other countries? What?
It was like something like Spook Slot or something strange like that.
Wie is dapper genoeg voor een spelletje spookslot? Je volgt het spoor van het spook, maar weet je wat er boven je hoofd hangt? Precies! Wie geluk heeft en stalen zenuwen, vangt het spook in zijn eigen kist en is winnaar. Spookslot van MB.
You thought you heard a rude word in the foreign
Oh yeah, I think they're saying spook, but it sounds rather like spunk, to be honest.
U volgt het spoor van het spook. U volgt het spoor van het spook.
You never know. You want foreigners, you know what they're like. Anyway, pretty much it anyway, unless you have anything else to add. I think that's
Not really, just like I said, this was basically a very popular game when we were still in school. I can remember having it for a good many years actually before it finally got rid of it. It's certainly a bit of a pain in the arse to set up, as basically this breaks down into two sections and you've got all these like cardboard bits that come off as well.
There's like some little bits, little detail in there as well. I think that's just for like added effect in it, like a couple.
Yeah, they don't have any real game effects, it's just basically the design, which I'd say is quite nice.
Yeah.
Certainly something that captured your imagination when you were a kid.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I showed this from the other side before. This was that door that opens up. There's like a skeleton on it.
Yeah, like I say, if you're on the this side of it, you've got a danger of getting drop kicked by the skeleton.
Keep noticing little details I didn't notice before as well. But, yeah, pretty cool anyway. So we'll leave it at that anyway. So if I think we're going to be doing some more board game reviews in the near future. So
Yeah, basically my collection of sad board games is still got a couple entries in it. So
yeah, and I've got Doggy Doo as well. So
no, we'll have to play that at some point.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching Esperanix Reviews, so we'll see you next time. Okay, so that was a review of Ghost Castle anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Now, in a future review coming up hopefully very soon, Core and myself are going to be reviewing Star Trek The Next Generation, the interactive video board game. Now, we're going to have to get the old VCR out for this one because it is a tape. Now, Core does assure me that you don't need any Star Trek Next Generation knowledge to play this game, which will be quite helpful to me because my expertise of Star Trek pretty much ends with the Captain Kirk stuff. So, I'm not saying I'm a big Trekkie. I'm not really. I don't own a hand phaser or anything. Well, okay, I own a hand phaser. Well, maybe two. But anyway, you can't begrudge me for that. I mean, these things are pretty cool anyway. So if you want to see the Star Trek review, feel free to pop back to brandxreviews.com, and we will, of course, see you next time for that. Phasers on stone.
U volgt het spoor van het spook.